Hey guys, I'm Lillian, aka StitchWithMe on Instagram and here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. I hope you find something of interest. Today is the 3rd of December 2022 and I'm back with a new Stitch With Me. Okay, so today we are working on Tiger. This is a chart that I got off Etsy and it is almost finished. Working on 28 count Jobelin 2/2 full cross with the cut for DMCs. I will show you the mock-up picture here. That's what he looks like. And we are currently already at 97.4%. So we are getting there. And this month I hope to complete this piece. So before the end of the year. That's really exciting to me. And yeah, I have some things I wanted to talk about. And first of all, I've already recorded a few updates on my fish. So I will insert those clips first. Hey guys, today is the 31st of October. I don't know yet in which video I am going to use this clip. And so on what day you will see this. Hence why I tell you the date of this recording. But I wanted to record a little bit of a update on my fish. Because some things have changed. And those of you who have seen them before will know that 2 of the fish you are seeing are new. And there is one missing. So basically what happened a few days ago, my male guppy got really sick, even before I got the chance to name him. And within 2 days, 2.5 days, he was dead. It was a case of fin rot. I did start treating him, but I was too late, unfortunately. And I did keep on treating because I wanted to make sure she didn't get sick. For those of you who don't know what it is, fin rot is basically either a fungal or a bacterial infection, which in combination with stress and physical damage can cause literally for the fins to rot off. And by the time the rot gets to the main body, that's where the fish dies. So that's what happened, unfortunately. It does make a little bit of sense because the day that my male guppy got sick, the male guppy of my friend died, and we suspect also of fin rot. And they came out of the same tank in the store. So we are going to contact the store just to tell them, give them a heads up, like maybe there is an infection in your tank. Because within 1.5 weeks, 10 days, both of our males were dead. And all of our females, which we got off the same store but from a different tank, were fine. Still fine, by the way. So I got her first, together with the male. And it makes sense, like besides that my friend's guppy also died, there is like the moving part, like getting used to a new tank is stressful for guppies in general, or for fish in general, animals in general. So that's the stress part, and then there is a part of finding out who's the boss. So probably a little bit of nipping at the tail, which you can see every now and then these guppies doing, because they are new to each other now as well. But when he died, I did give her 2 days to be treated before I got some new fish. So she was alone for 2 days. I'm sorry, girl, but had to be done. I didn't want to risk anybody else get infected. And today I went to the store, another store, and got 2 more guppies. Now I'm really happy with the male. Look at him. That's beautiful. It's way different from the male that I had before. He's beautiful. And then we got they were kind of out of options for the female. Of course she's beautiful, we're all beautiful, but she's a little bit less colorful. So basically what they had left were some more orange females, which I already had one. That's what I meant, by the way, with them nipping at each other a little bit at first. But they will calm down in a few days, I promise. But yeah, so they had some orange females, which I already have. And then some black grayish females. And I just picked the one that looked the most saturated. So the most dark in color, at least in the tail. Hey, be sweet. Oh, come on. But yeah, so those are the 3 guppies I have now. And I need your help to name them. My friend and I were thinking of like sushi related names. So we can call one sushi, then maybe a male wasabi, and then another like, I don't know, California roll. But I don't know if it's appropriate to call them food names. But I do think it's a little bit funny. If you have any ideas, please let me know. If you have specific ideas for a specific guppy, just let me know whether you mean the male, so the blue one, the black one, or a female in general, or just let me know what you mean. And I would love to hear your suggestions, and we will pick some names together. That would be fun. But yeah, also the plants are looking amazing in here. Like they are basically reaching the top. And I need to trim them down and like put the cuttings back into the substrate. Because I want to fill this up a bit more. But I don't have the materials or the tools to do that yet. I want to get a set of like some like really long ones. Scissors and tweezers and stuff like that. So that I can do this without like getting my entire arm red. So, and I was thinking of getting that for my birthday, which is in December. Beginning of December, the 10th. Or halfway, if you will. So that would mean I would have to wait like another 45 days until I can do this. And I don't know if that's too long for these plants to wait, because they are getting pretty up there. But yeah, that was everything I had to say. Show you everyone once more. This is the black female, if it will focus. There is my older, little bit older orange female, and then our male. Look at that beautiful one. So yeah. Thank you. I will now get back to the video, which I don't know which one it's gonna be. And see you there. Just kidding. We won't get back to the video just yet. Today is a month later, the 3rd of December. And I have another update for you, because I still haven't used the clip in a Stitch With Me, and I hope to record one today. And a lot has changed again. So, starting with the fish. Turns out the 2 females that my friend got in the beginning, both died also of fin rot, we suspect. As well as a few days ago, my orange female did too. Now, later on I noticed that she also had a spinal defect. So she had a curve in her spine that's not supposed to be there. If you can see with her, she's like really straight. And that's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, so that's what we suspect now, is that not just males had an infection, but the guppies from the store that we got them initially from just have, maybe are inbreeded a bit too much and lack a bit of immune system. Because these 2 came from a different store and they are still very well healthy. And also she is looking very pregnant. If you can see, she is very thick. She has that black dot at the back of her body there. And there is some algae growing on the glass. I know I kind of need to clean it up, but also it's not too much, and a little bit is a sign of a healthy aquarium. So if it gets too much, I will clean it up a little, especially on the front piece of the glass, but I will probably just leave it be on the sides if it grows there. And they also have a ton of snails going around here. But I am leaving them be and growing them out to be adults because I found someone online that has a kogelvis in Dutch. Oh yeah, pufferfish. That's the English term. And she needs snails, live snails, to feed them. So, and she cannot really easily find snails anywhere. So I am breeding them for her since I have them. But yeah, for now, only 2 fish in the aquarium. They are doing amazing. Hopefully they won't die. And hopefully soon we will have some babies. Because that will be cute. Also the plants, I did not trim them back yet, as you can see. This one comes all the way from there and goes across the entire aquarium. So they are really due to be trimmed. So yeah, I will get that and get it fixed. And that's basically all I have to say about it now. I will keep you posted. And now we will actually get back to the video. Alrighty, so that was kind of an update. A lot has happened, as you could tell. And yeah, but now they are happy and healthy, and hopefully they stay that way. But I will keep you posted. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is kind of my future plans, because I'm pretty excited for them. My parents just got home, so I don't know if you can hear anyone walking around downstairs and stuff, but if you can, I'm sorry. Nothing I can do about it, I'm sorry. So basically a little bit of background information for those of you who might be new or have missed some information. I am studying animal management at Hogeschool van Hal Larenstein in Leeuwarden, the Netherlands. And I am currently in my 4th and final year, which means I am going to be done soon. I am currently working on my internship for 20 full-time weeks, and after that 20 more full-time weeks of my final research, if you will, and that will complete my study. So after that I can finally start with my life, basically. Give me a second. Sorry for the break, my dad just came upstairs, so that was too much noise. But we are in the clear now. Where was I? So yeah, I can start with my life basically pretty soon. And I have some plans for that. I am not sure yet like what kind of profession I am going to work in. But I do know that I don't want to start working full-time, like 40 hours a week. I want to start with part-time, so like 2.5 to 3 days a week. And that will give me some leftover time to spend on building my own thing. I guess business, if you will. There's going to be a lot more added on than what I'm going to tell you today. But I'm going to start with the basics, with the base of the whole thing, which is going to be a second channel. And I have been thinking about the name for the channel, but I'm not sure about it yet. So if you have any ideas, feel free to leave them down below. But I'm currently thinking about building my life. And I am thinking about that name because it will perfectly describe what I want to do with the channel. I want to record and follow myself building my life. And what I'm going to focus on with the channel is like doing everything with homesteading. So preserving food, growing my own food, meal prepping. Meal prepping is not necessarily homesteading, but it is what I'm going to combine with the homesteading. Sorry for another break. Now my mom got upstairs. So I lost my train of thought there. Give me a second. I might have picked a wrong timing to do this. I thought they weren't going to be home for another half an hour, so that would be perfect, but they already are home, so. But yeah, so everything that has to do with homesteading, but then also houseplants I want to include on the channel, and animals I want to include. So yeah, in my opinion, that's going to be very, very exciting. Let me cross off some of this. Now, I do want to do it a lot more like professionally than on this channel. I really want to get into editing, and I want to get a camera, a decent camera, because now I'm filming with my phone. This is like rubbish quality. I know that as well, but I don't really mind for these videos, because this is just my hobby. And also there's not going to be any stitching on the second channel. So this channel, Stitch With Me, will stay, and this will stay my stitching channel. But then on the second channel I am going to include everything that has to do with homesteading, plants, animals, food, and me building my life, basically. So yeah, if you have any tips on where I can fairly cheaply get some information on what camera would be good for me, or what editing program is easy to use for beginners, let me know if you have any tips. So for me, this is really exciting, and I can't really wait. Currently with my full-time internship, I noticed that working full-time for someone else is just not my thing. It takes too much energy, because my head is always thinking of what they think of me and if I'm doing things right for them. But when I'm working for me, I am working for me, so I'm not worried about what others think as much. Of course I care, but I'm not like stressed out about it. So yeah, that's kind of the reasoning behind it. And if it doesn't work, I can always start with a full-time job at any time, but I want to try giving this a go from the get-go, if you will. And if things work out well, I can maybe completely stop working for someone else. But at first I want to start off with a part-time job, so I have some income at least, and see where things take me. Yeah, so I was thinking this would take a lot more talking than I have already done. But I don't think I can say much more, because I don't really want to give everything away. But also, like my plant updates and my garden updates, so those will all move to the other channel. So I will let you know whenever this second channel is launched. That will take, well, months. It's not going to be anytime soon, but it will be in the future, and I will let you know. And if you are interested in those parts of my videos, you can follow me to that second channel. And also the stitching will stay on this channel. And I am kind of nervous about filming for those other videos because I want them to be better than these. And I have grown comfortable with talking to a camera and showing myself to you, but it's like this audience. I have gotten to know you, and I've gotten to know how you react and how kind you are and how supportive you are. And so I am not really nervous about me showing stuff. But I think on the second channel there, well, at first it's going to be just you, I guess. But I can imagine that after a while there's going to be a totally different audience on that channel. So I am a little bit nervous about that, but I guess everything is going to be okay. We are almost running out of thread here, so I will have to grab some more in a second. Also, I have, oh, of course, I pulled out the thread of my needle, but I now am working with a extra light on my working. It's not a soft box, so you can really clearly see the shadows, but you know, it's okay. And with this light you can clearly see all the spots where you can see through the thread and see the fabric. But yeah, it's okay. Now you can actually see what I'm working on and what I'm doing. And it's also easier for my camera to focus, I notice. So that's perfect. Okay. Also, something random that just popped into my mind. I have, okay, a little bit of background. I easily get addicted to, for short periods of time, to a certain topic or a game or a hobby, and I get like hyper focused about it, or a business idea, or my brain starts like thinking about it all the time, and I can't sleep, I can't work, I can't do anything but think about that thing for however long it takes for my brain to get over it. And now I have gotten another phase of me being addicted to The Sims. So I started again. I've been playing The Sims for like probably since I was 8 years old or something. Started off with Sims 3 and now with The Sims 4. Yeah, it's very addicting. And I don't really mind that I spent all this money on those. I got quite a few expansion packs and stuff. But I'm okay with that because I always get this addiction back at some point. Like, I get it in phases and then it's gone for a few months or a year, and then again I will be addicted to the game, and it always comes back no matter how old I am. So yeah, that's the thing again. I need to end this thread. And also something really excited that I noticed now that I have gotten back to playing The Sims after being gone for a while, is that the Sims team added an update in which story progression is basically now a thing. For those of you who are not familiar with The Sims, Sims is basically a life simulator. So you can build your own house and have a family and everything. It's a whole thing. There's a lot more to it than I'm currently telling you, but ooh, I'm sorry. So that's The Sims. And I will explain a little bit more in a second, but I need to cross some stuff off. Okay, and get a new thread. And the thing what I loved about The Sims 3 is that it's an open world. So you don't need to go through loading screens to get from house to house or from your house to a park or to a bar or anywhere else. It was just an open world, so you could go everywhere without going through a loading screen. In The Sims 4, you have to go through a loading screen to get to anywhere. So that's pretty annoying. And then also, the other thing that they now added to The Sims 4 was that The Sims 3 had natural story progression throughout the entire game, including the townies that you don't play. So they, so you are in this world, you know, like with a family that you are playing with, or several families that you are playing with. And then there are a lot of other people there as well that are generated by the game that you are not playing with. And in The Sims 3, they would just randomly get married and have kids and have pets and die and retire and change career paths and anything. And in The Sims 4, that would basically not happen. So when you start off, there's the default families there, and they age as time passes by. But after a while, everyone basically dies out, and the empty households do get replaced with new households, but they are not related to anyone previously in the game. So there is no family tree to them, if you will. So that was kind of a bummer. But now they have started to add that in. And now you can adjust it as well yourself. So you can dictate whether for every family, for every household in the game, you can dictate what you want to happen to them autonomously. So you can have the option open for them to get married, or to, well, the marrying part is not yet in there, but to they can die of getting struck by lightning, for example, have a chance of getting that. They can change careers if they want to. They can adopt a child if they want to. They can get pregnant if they want to. Anything like that. And then you can turn it off for the families you don't want to change, for example. But you can leave it on if you want to leave it on. And now we actually have story progression. So now people don't die out. And that's really, really exciting. Especially with the game, how I play the game. What I basically do is I love challenges. The point where it gets boring to me is where you have more money than you need to survive. That's basically how I play the game. So what I do is, so there are two challenges that I really like. There is the 100 baby challenge, which basically means, okay, so if you don't play this game, this is going to sound ridiculous, but it's basically you start off with a woman, just one woman, and you try to get to 100 babies in as few generations as possible. And every pregnancy needs to be from a different father. And you can't like do anything to help you with the children. So you cannot deliver in the hospital, because then your need will be up when you get back. You cannot leave the house, so the children will have better needs when you come back. You cannot like hire a nanny or anything. You have to do it all yourself. So that's pretty difficult. And then whenever your mother sim becomes elderly and cannot have children anymore, you continue with like the youngest daughter. So that's basically the 100 baby challenge in a nutshell. And then the other challenge that I like is the Rags to Riches challenge, which means you start off with an empty lot, absolutely nothing, and $0. And then you just have to make money from scratch and see that you survive. And what makes that challenge doable is that you can just like forage around for wild strawberries or whatever and sell those in your inventory. But I, of course, think that's too easy, so I take away that part and I make it more realistic, where you can only sell things to actual Sims. So you have to have a retail store to sell stuff, and the only other way to basically make money is through tips when you play piano or sing or play any instrument in public, but then you'll also have to get an instrument, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that makes it really, really hard. But then what I do to make it even harder is I combine the two. I do a 100 baby challenge starting from scratch. No money, no house, no nothing, not even a toilet. And basically start off my game by trying to get pregnant. And once I'm pregnant, then I have like 3 sim days to get stuff to survive with a baby. Oh, and that's like that's my style of playing. The harder, the better. These kind of games are never hard enough for me. So I'm also looking into mods right now to that maybe make it possible for me to like when you sell stuff you get less money than the default, or when you have to buy stuff it's more expensive than the default, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's another addiction that came back over time. And I am currently obsessed with. If you are obsessed with The Sims as well, let me know. I would be really curious to see if there are any other Simmers in my amongst my followers. And let's see, we are currently almost at 23 minutes. And I have about 10 minutes of footage of me updating you on my fish. So I think this is more than half an hour of Stitch with me, which is perfect. Okay, that means I am going to leave you to it. So thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Happy stitching. Bye guys.